case you didn't know, it's Slay, y'all. Only for your official intro today, I'm going to say that Darius Slay is with us, Super Bowl champion, as our guest analyst. I'm so glad to have you again today. Had a great time yesterday. We've got Jeremy Fowler here. We have Mina Kimes as well. Mina, it's Slay.
I really could have used that video before we started recording, and I was like, hey, Darius.
I know, right? I know, right? It's Slay. It's Slay.
Or big play.
Slay.
Which
Slay.
We're going to have a lot of these big plays in the show today. We've got some really fun stuff coming your way, but we do begin with some news from yesterday. The Commanders signed cornerback Rasul Douglas to a one-year deal worth up to $3.8 million. Douglas spent last season with the Dolphins. Remember, he was drafted by the Eagles in 2017, so he's going to make his return to the NFC East. Now, Douglas is one of several additions that the Commanders made to their defense as they look to improve a unit that allowed nearly 27 points per game last season. Remember, Washington signed pass rusher Odafe Owe. They drafted former Ohio State linebacker Sonny Styles with the 7th overall pick. Durante Jones takes over as defensive coordinator after spending the previous 3 seasons as an assistant to Brian Flores and the Vikings. You think about how good that defense was, so you can kind of consider what it's going to look like in Washington. Lots of ads on defense for Washington this offseason, the biggest being, or at least the most recent, being Rasul Douglas. So, Slay, what do you make of this Douglas addition for the Commanders?
I think it's a great addition, man. Sewell's a great friend of mine, a guy I know very personally. We worked out together in Houston a couple of times. He's very good, man. He's pretty good, great leadership, a guy that'll go come in there and work and improve his craft and help some of these young guys there. So I'm looking forward to it, but I'm mad at he at NFC.
Yeah.
He should have took it somewhere else, you know what I'm saying? But I know how the money works. He got to go where the money goes.
He didn't consult you, like maybe the Eagles called.
He could have called me, man.
Yeah.
He know that, but he's an enemy right now.
You could have put in a good word, and now he's an enemy. Look at that. Mina, do you like the changes the Commanders have made on defense this offseason?
Yeah, the Eagles don't need him. Darius Slay, sorry, Slay knows that. I like the additions to the front 7 in particular, looking at that list of names, adding some talented young edges, athleticism, Owe, Chason, who I thought was sneakily pretty good for the Patriots. And then the linebacker group suddenly becomes such a position of strength for them. Of course, drafting Sonny Styles, who sounds like he's going to play the mic, but then also adding Leo Chenal, and then you've got Frankie Louvu there, who's one of the best blitzing linebackers in the league. And their new defensive coordinator, Durante Jones, has kind of a fun problem, which is as they switch to a 3-4, how do you get all these guys on the field at the same time? I think Chenal and Louvu, they could walk up and play the edge. And from watching in Minnesota, and if this defense is anything like the Flores defense, loves to create chaos. The linebackers walking up, dropping into coverage, all of that. But I just look at this front 7 and say I feel like he has a lot of fun players to work with, and I think they really improved there.
Yeah, Slay, when you think about these ads on defense, is it enough to take the pressure off of Jaden Daniels and the offense on the other side?
Yes, I think so as well, man. They're already a high-power offense that can score a lot of points, and he don't have to be the superhero he's been these last couple of years. So watching Daniel play like this, how he was, he'll get back to his rookie year and get to going. He's coming off these injuries, so hopefully the defense do a great job of lowering the point stuff, and he continue to keep scoring how he scores. He's a very exciting player.
Yeah, he's a nightmare for a defender when he's doing clicking on all cylinders, right, when he's fully healthy. Now, Jeremy, one name that keeps coming up, right, for the Commanders is wide receiver Brandon Ayuk. Yeah. What is the latest going on with his potential availability?
Well, Laura, in his latest Instagram post, Brandon Ayuk said that he will not be applying for reinstatement because he's on the left squad list of the 49ers. This truly leaves him in no man's land because I'm told the 49ers don't have to do anything. They don't even have to remove him off that list. They could keep him there all season if they want. He has to report to the team in order to facilitate any sort of release or any sort of resolution. He says that he's not doing that, and he doesn't really have any sort of grounds for a grievance with the NFLPA either because he didn't report. So truly in a situation where his options are scarce, if not non-existent right now, because if he becomes a free agent, teams I've talked to say that he's not going to be very viable, and at the very least, if he gets on somewhere with a team, it's going to be at a vet minimum contract. He went in the back and forth with Jaden Daniels. It seems like Washington would go another route at this point, look at maybe a free agent wide receiver closer to training camp.
Yeah, and a reminder, if you missed that back and forth with Jaden Daniels that Jeremy's referencing, he was basically calling out Jaden Daniels on Instagram and saying that he would need to change some things if Brandon Ayuk was his teammate. So we'll keep an eye on it. We'll see what happens with Ayuk. Now, after starting every game during his rookie season in en route to the NFC Championship game, injuries did limit Jaden Daniels to just 7 starts last season. How about this, you guys? It's truly insane. This is Jackson Dart, in case you're trying to figure it out from the back. You couldn't really tell, but that was an unbelievable throw. I actually think even better catch, potentially, throwing a dime off a boat. And then he's like, all right, that means I got to jump in myself. One thing that was funny for me was like watching him try to figure out how he's going to jump off the boat. He was trying to find like multiple spots, and then he finally. Anyway, pretty big play on the 4th of July for Jackson Dart. Our own big play sleigh is here. Would you want your quarterback jumping off a boat like that before the season?
Hey, look, man, I'm one of the guys that live life on the edge as well, man. I like to have fun. As long as you don't get hurt, you know, as long as you're having fun, enjoying this time, man, because you get hurt, man, that's a big issue. But I'm not too mad at it. I like it. I like the excitement of my quarterback being that, you know, just lit like that. So,
yeah, well, that's what they say.
I love it.
His teammates say about him. Like he's a lot of fun. He takes chances. Sometimes that meant he was getting hurt on the field. But either way, Jeremy, what are you hearing about this Giants offense and what it could look like this season under Harbaugh's leadership?
Yeah, they love Jackson Dart for that reason, for the swagger he's got, whether he's jumping on boats or jumping into defenders. They do want him to be a little more judicious when he does that. They want him to run when he has to solve a problem, but not to run just to run. And so they want to protect him because the Giants feel like they finally have a reputable offensive line. It's taken years of just different lineups, people in and out. They feel like they have a good starting 5, so they want to run the ball. 5th in rushing offense last year. It's going to be a lot of Tyrone Tracy and Cam Scattaboo, even the 3rd and 4th string backs. I think you'll see them get involved to try to ease the game and protect Dart the best they can.
The biggest question is Malik Neighbors' availability and his health. We'll continue to keep an eye on that. Do you have an update on that?
Well, people I talked to with the Giants, Laura, that's a good point you brought that up. They're hopeful. That's the word they use. We're hopeful he'll be ready week 1. They can't guarantee it. They got to see what he can do at training camp. He had that setback back in the spring, so they know he changes everything. And if he's not there, they got to add somebody else most likely.
Okay, keep an eye on that for sure. Now, Mina, Harbaugh known for having a physical run game, right, but also a physical defense. So do you see this Giants team making big improvements under Harbaugh on the defensive side?
Yeah, I just went back and watched the Giants defense again because, going into last season, we thought, man, this pass rush is going to be crazy. And the pass rush was crazy. Abdul Carter in particular. I know he only had 4 sacks as a rookie. Let me tell you, after rewatching him, he should have had double-digit sacks. He's so disruptive. His get-off is insane. He's got elite bend. He's already got the moves. To me, he is going to be a superstar. But the question remains whether or not him and Brian Burns and Kayvon Thibodeau can even affect the game if this defense still can't stop the run. And I thought last year the linebackers didn't do a good job of protecting these pass rushers who are more speed-oriented, Carter and Burns. That's an area that they invested in a lot this offseason. Drafting Arvell Reese can play off the ball next to Tremaine Edmonds. To me, that's kind of the defining question. Can those linebackers help this defense not be the worst in the NFL against the run? Because, Slay, you know this. You got to stop the run to have some fun, and those pass rushers can't tee off if opposing offenses are rushing the ball at 5 yards a clip.
Oh, yeah, I know of. I've experienced some great pass rushers, so I had some great days of my time. So with this secondary, man, with them guys coming off them edges like that, it would be great. And Denard Wilson was a guy that runs the secondary for us in Philly. That's just amazing. Really amazing, man. I think it was #1 pass defense that year. So I'm seeing him go over there and turn that all around. And I can see him being very handsy-on with the DBs for sure. So I'm looking excited to see what these guys do. Like I said, there's another team in the NFC East that I just don't like. So, but I hope nothing but the best for my guy Denard Wilson, man. And with him being the defensive coordinator, man, I sure see a lot of great upside.
We're making you talk a ton about the NFC East.
I know. I feel bad right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying not to speak highly on them.
Later on, we're going to get to the Eagles, and we do have more to say about that. The Giants, by the way, have 5 former first-round picks on their front 7. Brian Burns, Abdul Carter, Kayvon Thibodeau, Tremaine Edmonds, and Arvell Reese. Mina referenced a lot of them. All right, to some news now. Marshawn Kneeland, the Cowboys defensive end who died by suicide last season at age 24, has been posthumously diagnosed with CTE. Kneeland died in November, but concerns about his mental health began as early as 2020 when he was playing at Western Michigan. The director of Boston University's CTE Center said she was, quote, not surprised that Kneeland was diagnosed with CTE. In a statement, Kneeland's family said in part, while this diagnosis does not change the tragedy of his passing, it provides important context about some of the struggles. Wonder where Gonzo was going to be.
Yeah, Gonzo, one of the guys, got a big payday coming up soon that very much well deserved, that he needs instantly. So Patriots, let's get it going, man. So he's a guy called, I don't know if you ever watched Road Bounce. You know, we got a dude on there called Sweetness, and he's sweet. He got some good feet on him. He got some good feet. And at 4, as you know, is my guy, one of my favorites, my little brother, Quinyon Mitchell.
Yeah.
That's my dude. That's my dude, man. He has great ball production in the playoffs, but regular season, he gonna start catching them, man. I'm telling you, he's gonna catch them. In the playoffs, he's doing it very well, man. Holding his own, All-Pro this year, so I'm proud of him. So he at top 4. My 5th one, I'm going Trent McDuffie.
Oh,
Trent McDuffie. So a guy that I kind of respect, that's inside and outside, makes plays on the ball, plays the slot, 2-time Super Bowl champ, just got paid as the bait to him, the highest paid corner this year, which he well deserved. So that's my top 5 right there.
All right, now listen, Slay's got a little mic issue over here. We're going to let him put his mic back. This is part of the hazing, like you do TV over here. You got to lose your mic at some point. We'll get all that fixed. I just didn't want anybody to wonder what was happening over there. Mina, while we fix that, what do you think about this top 5 that Slay's put out here?
Yeah, it's a great list. I actually think Quinyon Mitchell's already a top 3 corner. And Slay talked about the lack of ball production last year. I think that's probably why he didn't rank higher in the ESPN rankings. But I would know part of the reason why he didn't get the hands on the football is people didn't throw at him. Adoree Jackson was the 2nd most targeted corner in the NFL last year, and we knew that was an issue after Slay left for Philadelphia, quite candidly. But I just think his game is so complete, so sticky in man, great instincts in zone. He's also an excellent tackler. He actually allowed the lowest yards after catch of any corner in the entire NFL last season. So for me, I just love the completeness of his game, even though Stingley Jr. has, flashier highlights.
Should we switch some people around? Did Mina convince you? Or?
Oh, man, Stingley get that rock. He gets that rock. You got to turn that ball over.
He loves those interceptions. Slay loves the interceptions. I get it. It's your
weird.
card.
Exactly. Jeremy, what are your thoughts?
Well, Stingley at 2, I love because he's the guy pushing Surtain. His numbers are crazy. 14 picks since 2023, the highest among all cornerbacks. He had a stretch 6 games last year, midseason, gave up 57 receiving yards. So the league sees it exactly like you do, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
After that, these guys are virtually tied in the voting I did. Mitchell, Ward, Witherspoon, McDuffie, which is really interesting because 2 of those guys, more inside out, can play in the slot. Mitchell and Ward, more classic outside corners. So you could go with any of those guys at number 4 overall and make a convincing argument.
I know we didn't make this easy on you having to do the top 5, but you've seen the entire top 10 list, and Jeremy's talking about some of the votes there. Is there anybody that didn't make the cut that you would do as like an honorable mention that we should be talking about a little bit more?
One of my guys from Pittsburgh, man, Joey Porter Jr.
Yeah.
A guy that's very fascinating, man. He's got very good at press, get his hands on the ball, very disruptive at the line of scrimmage. Only thing I think he has a problem with is ball protection. He just don't got a lot of picks right now, but they coming. I've been there with him in Pittsburgh. His hands are very sus. You know what I'm saying? So he go get them right, though. Hope my boy Ramsey working with him over there because he's a guy that can get to the rock. But other than that, Joey is for sure going to be a guy that go sneak into this top 10 easily. He got a big payday coming up for him, too, as well in Pittsburgh. So, Pittsburgh, make sure you do my boy right now.
Mina, I know you're a fan of Joey Porter Jr., too.
Yeah, he's a great young player. I think he's improved a lot. Coming into the league, I was a little worried maybe about penalties with him, but I think he's become consistent. And I also think the scheme change coming in Pittsburgh on defense could help him. New defensive coordinator Patrick Graham, I think, might put him in position to make some of those plays on the ball that Slay is talking about.
Yeah, despite missing 3 games last season, Joey Porter Jr. still ranked 5th in the NFL in pass breakups. So, yeah, the interceptions are coming. Great list.
It's a great.
All right, still to come. Some familiar names are back on the same sideline. Adam Schefter taking us inside Aaron Rodgers and Mike McCarthy, their reunion, and what it could mean for the duo moving forward. Plus, our comments. Mina's going to tell you a few things hitting Aaron Rodgers and Mike McCarthy with what is expected to be Rodgers' last dance in the NFL.
Aaron, did you believe that this could be your last year?
Yes, this is it.
Now that he's announced that this will be his final NFL season, Aaron Rodgers' last dance is his last chance for he, Mike McCarthy, and the Pittsburgh Steelers to advance in the postseason. It's been a while.
Doesn't matter how it looks. It only matters if we get this done.
Deep down the left side, he's got his man in the end zone. Richard Rodgers, a touchdown, Green Bay Packers.
Rodgers now has lost 3 straight playoff games, with his last postseason win coming in the 2020 divisional round, and that's not how he wants to go out.
We had a lot of opportunities. Didn't make the most of hardly any of them.
McCarthy has lost 2 straight playoff games, with his last postseason win coming in the 2022 wild card round, and that's not a streak he wants to continue.
We thought we matched up well, but we clearly picked the wrong day.
to have a bad day.
And the Steelers now have lost 7 straight playoff games, with their last playoff win coming in the 2016 divisional round, and that's not how one of football's most famous franchises wants to be thought of. But for the first time in a long time, the Steelers have some quarterback continuity.
Hey, got a great quarterback.
This will be the first year since 2021 that the Steelers have started the same quarterback in their season opener.
He's going to take off running for the touchdown. His first touchdown in over 3 years.
I ain't never seen no quarterback like this since Big Ben back in 26.
Having trotted out Rodgers last season, Justin Fields in 2024, Kenny Pickett in 2023, Mitchell Trubisky in 2022, and Ben Roethlisberger in 2021.
I love the fact that Aaron Rodgers and Mike McCarthy get to come back together and try to make it right.
It would mean so much for Rodgers to end his storied career on a high note, for McCarthy to have a successful homecoming, and for this proud franchise to stop the postseason losing.
Hands with us. We control the front.
The time has arrived. Rodgers' last dance is a final chance for glory.
All right, Slay, you were in Pittsburgh last season with Aaron Rodgers. You practiced against him. So what's your biggest takeaway from going head-to-head every day leading up to games?
It was great, man. Great experience. I was in the division with him in the NFC over there in Detroit. So to be his teammate, at first in Detroit, nobody likes him. You know what I'm saying? Nobody did not like him. I'm like, why does everybody don't like Aaron? I'm like, I don't think Aaron's a great guy. But then now, actually being his teammate, playing along with him, competing with him, man, he's a great guy, man. He helped me learn the game about a different way in year 13, which I knew a lot all that time. But going against him in practice was like amazing, man. Seeing him make the throws that he does in games, that's just natural to him now.
You saw him really recently. You think he's moving around well enough to really do better things with this offseason this year?
Yeah, I can see that. He can still move around a little bit. Of course, we're not expecting him just to be running crazy around the world, but he can still move around, be comfortable in the pocket, and he still got the arm strength to make the throws he need to make.
Yeah, Slay, a big thing for Aaron Rodgers is continuity because he had 3 offensive coordinators from 24 to 25. Now he has somebody who speaks his love language with scheme and communication.
Like how you said that.
All those years in Green Bay. It shows that fractured relationships can be repaired. It was iffy there between those two before. Now it looks like they're on great terms, ready to rock and roll. You mentioned Rodgers needing to be protected. I expect the Steelers to run the ball a little more heavily because they got Rico Dowdle, who's more of a physical first, second down back. You could pair him with Jalen Warren. Then you have a 1-2 punch. You can get out there, block, help Aaron Rodgers out a little bit. And look, Mike McCarthy is pretty proven when you just take a step back and look at 18 years, 12 of those years, top 10 scoring offense. So he can get it done for the most part. They should be in good hands.
Mina, what do you think's the recipe for Pittsburgh's offense this season?
Well, I think they made additions this offseason that'll help get the most out of this version of Aaron Rodgers. Slay's right. He can still spin it. Arm strength's not an issue. I think with him, it's just that he doesn't want to get contacted. So the ball's going to come out super quick. It's not going to go downfield very much, certainly not to the extent that it used to. And adding Michael Pittman Jr. from Indianapolis, I think is a perfect match for that because he's kind of a walking first down. He's so consistent, catching the ball, very low drop rate. Over the last 3 years in Indianapolis, top 10 catch rate on short targets. They drafted Jeremy Bernard out of Alabama, who also is a great glue guy, slot receiver. To me, the biggest question I have is about the offensive line, and not in pass protection, because again, Rodgers throws the ball so quickly, but really run blocking. Fautanu, is switching over to play left tackle. They drafted a new right tackle. We'll see if he plays Max Cianachor. I think this interior of the offensive line is really good, Slay, but those tackle positions are ones that I'm watching because you got some change there in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, there's a lot of change going on in Pittsburgh for sure. Definitely adding Michael Pittman Jr. I think that's a great addition to him to help DK out because when I was there, that was the biggest issue is finding another 2 guys to help DK stop seeing all the cloud coverages and everything else. So with the addition to him, I think it's great. He's a great guy after contact. He can run through stuff. It'll be great. I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen. And then with the draft, I think he was 3rd round pick. Yeah. Seeing him do his thing. So it's going to be good. It's going to be good. I'm hoping for Pittsburgh to do their thing. I was there and want nothing but the best for him.
Yeah, Rodgers has 3 career seasons with at least 35 passing touchdowns and 5 or fewer interceptions. That's more than all other quarterbacks in NFL history combined. We'll see if he can get close to that this year. All right, over the next year, the year of the Super Bowl at ESPN, we're going to tell the stories of players and the moment they achieved immortality on football's biggest stage. In 1987, a top high school player in the country, Emmitt Smith, was invited to watch Super Bowl 21 at the Rose Bowl. Incredible series in our year of the Super Bowl. And Emmett's story got us thinking. We have a Super Bowl champion in the house today as well. So let's take a look back at some of Slay's memorable moments from his Super Bowl media days. Listen to this.
I make jokes all day long. I like that Kelly Green. That Kelly Green looks sexy on me. Mississippi State got the dogs, the real true dogs, not Georgia dogs. Boo. Tell Jordan Davis I said that. 22 Slays, man, we be fast, physical, and we got hands, and I got routes. What state Kansas City in? Kansas, ain't it? I got the pasta on deck with the Alfredo with the pesto mixed together. My kids, they're expensive as hell. That's the biggest financial flex right there. The kids, them diapers, you know what I'm saying? Milk, formula, that's expensive. God, hey, I can't even put my head in this. Oh. Viva Mexico! Viva Mexico!
We bleeped it out. Listen, you were having fun.
Yeah.
What do you remember about just having fun with the media and doing all the great things, showing your personality a little bit too? You did it on and off the field.
Oh, yeah. It's just fun, man. I like to have fun. I like to enjoy my job. See, one people like me, I love to go to work. You know, some guys don't like going to work. I just love going to work, and definitely on media days, definitely in an environment like that. At the Super Bowl, like I'm coming to show out and have some fun, you know. Then we got one big media day. Be there all day, so might as well make my time worth it. Have some fun, make some people laugh, have a good time, man.
Mina, what did he say? The Alfredo pasta with the pesto mixed in? That sounds like that's up our alley.
They got to mix that up.
I actually just had a memory, which is I interviewed Slay once when Jalen Hurts was the sexiest man alive, and I asked him who's another NFL player who should be on the cover, and he picked himself. You picked yourself.
Easily though, that's easily. That's easily. Very easy.
I love that. Yeah, not him. It should be me.
Easy.
Thank you very much.
And you are right. Milk is expensive.
It's very expensive.
Very
Very expensive. Very
Listen,
expensive.
hey, it's a worthwhile
It's the
cost,
berries that get you, though.
Right, Mina. We all know it well. Okay, coming up next. Ranking voted by the players is slowly being released this offseason. And most recently, new Patriots wideout A.J. Brown arrived on the list ranked as number 80 in the NFL, falling 51 spots from number 29 last season. Slay, you played with A.J. Brown in Philly. Do you think this ranking will help fuel him in his first season with New England? What's going on there? The players vote on it, by the way.
Oh, it couldn't be the players vote this. There's no way.
Right.
There's no way it's possible. There's no way.
They did.
80 people that much better than AJ. Nah, man. AJ's a guy that's very dominant, a guy that's a plus receiver that you're looking for. Great hands, great separation, great routes at the top of the route. Everything you want, breaks tackles, do everything you need him to do. He wasn't an all-pro for 3 years straight coming from Philly and then going over so yeah.
You're down on it. Yeah.
No, he's going to be very motivated, and you're going to see what he's going to do over there in the Patriots uniform.
Yeah, Mina, Slay thinks this might be a year to watch out for Brown. How big of an impact do you think he'll have on this Patriots offense?
Massive. I mean, I love what A.J. Brown does for Drake May, but I also love what he does for the rest of the team. The Patriots last year faced the third most man coverage in football. Slay knows this all too well. Playing man coverage against A.J. Brown is usually not a good decision. So I feel like either you can exploit that, or they're likely to face more split safety, which should help the run game. You fit more light boxes. They also have other pieces who I think will benefit from the attention paid to A.J. Brown. They signed Romeo Doubs, too. I think is a fantastic number 2, complementary skill set, very polished route runner, very reliable. And I like their tight ends, too. So I just think A.J. is a good example of how having a true number 1 X receiver has a trickle-down effect that helps the entire offense, and I think we're going to see that in New England.
Yeah, I mean, the rest of the league has a blueprint on how the New England Patriots can use A.J. Brown. It's Josh McDaniels in Las Vegas when he was with Devontae Adams. He knows how to force-feed a number 1 receiver. Devontae had 1,500 yards, 14 touchdowns, 180 targets, all career highs in his first year with McDaniels. So talking to coaches around the league, they say it's pretty simple, and you know this, Slay.
Yeah.
A receiver like that changes your coverage and how you play them, so you have to roll coverage over it a lot of times. That opens up the run game for Travion Henderson and those guys to go to work. So it really changes the math on the field for New England in a big way.
I have a number I want to throw out there, just back to the ranking for the players that voted where they voted him. Since entering the NFL in 2019, A.J. Brown has 15 receptions of 50 or more yards. That's tied for the most in the NFL with these two guys, Jamar Chase and DK Metcalf. Oh, wow. That's the way he affects the game. So that was for the people who may have been hating on him. All right, let's stay with the wideouts and find out who was the toughest to slay in big plays career. All right, Slay taking us through the top 5 toughest wide receiver matchups in your career. Now, I think this is a huge compliment for these guys. If you're going to put them up here, that means they are hard to deal with. So let's go 1 through 5. Who's your toughest to slay?
All right, now some of these guys are come from practice, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
obviously I went against, I feel as in the GOAT, you know, Calvin Johnson's for sure going at number 1.
Love it.
You know, that's my guy. Taught me the game, you know, taught me the game. Maybe a better player each and every day. That's who I am today, as in big play Slay.
Love that.
For 2, one person that gave me some hard times, man, was Devontae Adams.
Ooh.
He was a guy that gave me a lot of work, man.
Yeah.
Pause with that. But when he was over there at Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers, man, that was a great combination, man. It was a tough battle with us. I've seen him a lot, so that's why he's high on my list. But for sure, number 3.
Wait, really fast. You guys had any smack talk back and forth in game?
Me and Devontae have some of the best respect for each other, man.
Really?
We dap each other up after every game, man. Anytime we always talk to each other. We almost trying to give each other some pointers on how to beat each other. But we great relationships. But I still didn't like the fact that him and Aaron was that good.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't, right?
I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. Didn't like it at all.
Okay, go ahead, number 3.
Number 3, man, of course, we got one of my other favorites, Julio Jones.
Ooh,
you know, a guy that's very, very tremendous. I feel like was another generation of a Calvin Johnson, a guy that's very fast, very aggressive, very run fast. Man, I'm talking about one time we was in the game, I was guarding him, and I just told him, man, why you running so hard? You don't got no tape. He only wear tape around his ankles to be running this fast.
Oh.
So a guy like that, man, he should have had a lot of ankle
What did
problems.
he say?
He just laughed. You know, he's a guy that never talks trash, never did. He just kept going. And, man, but yeah, he's amazing, man. One of the best that ever do it. And so that's one of my 3rd spot. 4th one, Antonio Brown, man. A guy that's, man, he's a guy with a motor that I can never see. One of the hardest working dudes I've ever seen. Got a crazy story about him in training camp. Came down there, I just got paid as a Detroit Lion, and he came over there while we was warming up and basically said, hey, who y'all just paid this year? I need to see him one-on-ones. So we had a show in one-on-ones. We went, I think, like 10 times in a row. Wow. Nobody else didn't get to go but me and Antonio Brown, man. It was back and forth for 10 straight reps. I was tired, he was tired, but he kept calling me out. I wasn't scared of the smoke, so I came out there and stood on it. Stood on business, got to stand on business.
That's wild.
And my 5th spot, another great teammate of mine is A.J. Brown. You know,
love it.
My guy, as you see right now, that's my dude.
I switched him. My bad. There we go. Wait,
yeah,
we gotta get.
Yeah, right.
All right.
No,
Fat finger.
A.J. Brown is my 5th favorite one. A guy that was my teammate, helped me tremendously at the end of my career, helped me stay polish it up. As you see, I got the brown on. This the outfit he brought me for as a groomsman. As you see, I'm rocking it. You know, shout out to my boy A.J. Got me sweet, looking nice out here for his wedding. But he's one of the guys, man, that helped me tremendously, man. Strong hands, finish after the catch. It's a play I wanted to show, but it couldn't come up. But he mossed one time in practice. I said that's when I had to give him his respect. So he's a great guy, man. So these are my top 5 guys I had the toughest, hardest matchup with. And made me who I am today, big play Slay.
I love that. Mina, what do you think of this list?
I mean, you got the all-timers on there. I think looking at your list, it's amazing just how much size there is. It's like a bunch of power forwards. And then Antonio Brown, which really speaks to what an elite route runner he was and his ability to separate. And the other thing I'll add is this, Devontae Adams, still doing it, right?
Yeah.
Still like an automatic touchdown over in Los Angeles. Pretty crazy the longevity he's had, and he's still an elite receiver in the NFL.
So A.J. Brown not only on this list, but also picks out a great suit. We learned another fact about him, too. That's really good. That's good stuff. Okay, still ahead. We're going to challenge Slay with trivia on some of his most
Huge for the culture of the team, hard worker, still productive going into year 15, 16, whatever it is. But I think that aside from his production on the field, which he still has a healthy engine running, I think that he's so good for the defensive line and the defense in general, and just that bring that veteran leadership, that consistency, having a Hall of Fame guy in the locker room that guys can bounce questions off of. They know what it looks like. Hey, if I want to play this long, it looks like Cam Jordan. You know, do what he does.
Yeah, Slay's nodding his head right along with everything that Justin's saying. Mina, I think one of the points there, too, is just that Cam Jordan's doing this still at such a high level. How crucial is he on a young Saints roster?
Yeah, he had a really good season last year at age 35 or 36, and so did the New Orleans Saints defense quietly. I think this was kind of slept on, but under Brandon Staley, defensive coordinator, really improved last year and actually finished top 10 in a lot of metrics, including against the run. I think that's another piece of Cam Jordan's game. It was really helpful as a complete defensive end, not just rushing the quarterback. But this is a young group, and I think bringing him back is crucial because while they kept him, they lost another stalwart and another defensive player who's still doing it at a really high level despite getting up in the years, and that's Demario Davis, who went back to the Jets. Again, the Saints last year played a ton of base defense, meaning 3 linebackers, and Davis was the guy who was, the captain of it all, who got everyone set. So I think losing him is something to monitor, but keeping Jordan helps. You have the veteran leadership to help all those young players on that side of the ball.
Yeah, yes. I feel the same way about the addition to him, to bringing him back. He is, besides Drew Brees, is the face of New Orleans, man. The guy that's motivated. He's been one of the guys that's been in the building. He's a DN that plays everything, the run, the pass rush, he does it all. He always say to me, hey, I'm a real DN. Everybody else rush the passer. He says, I'm a real DN.
Yeah.
So he's a guy that's willing to stop the run and sacrifice his body for his teammates. I love the addition. I love that they kept him back. It just reminds me of BG for us as Philadelphia Eagles, man. A guy that just loves the team, that brings in great energy, great everything. So he's a great spirit guy too as well, man, knowing him very personally. So I'm excited for him, man, going into this year. 132 sacks is crazy.
That's crazy.
So I'm looking forward to him to add on to that.
Yeah, he's going to be, right? I think he's excited for it, too. By the way, we'll see him week 4. The Saints and the Falcons play on Monday Night Football in New Orleans. All right. Well, I don't think we've seen enough highlights of Slay, so here's some more. Big play Slay. Take it away.
Let's go, man. We're going to turn it up today.
I can't tell you how long 2-3's been waiting for that.
It's going to either be big play or slay. If I hear the D name, I got a problem.
Intercepted down the far sideline. Big play, Slay.
I make stuff happen when I get the ball in my hands.
Big play Slay doing exactly what Slay does.
Like crazy.
All right, so we thought we'd have a little fun here to end the show. It's time for Slay Trivia. Now, Slay, we have a